Make a life for myself. 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 Make a life for myself.
Ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls from all across the what plane? The fruited plane. My name is Rags to Riches, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, I have absolutely no idea, no earthly clue why you would be here right now. You probably have nothing else better to do. Let's check chat. Red Squirrel, oi oi, Fast Abdul, let's talk squirrels. Say squirrels 10 times fast right now. If your wife, your husband, or your brother, or your mom, or your friend, or your girlfriend's around, don't even say anything. Just say it out loud 10 times fast and then share the reaction. Act like they're not even in the room. K. Hudson, Giddy Up, Godfather J6, Facing Reality. Boom! What's up, Quinn? Weird Pink Monster Things, Hex Force 1, Fire Starter with a Y, Francis Powell, hello all. Peso Dude, come get some. Eva, what's good? Daniel Polk, what is good? Daniel Polk, JB, we got some orange in the chat. How did I know that was going to happen? Great day to be a Texan. Hexakin, Francis Powell says. Michael Adameg, hey buddy. Finn Bear in the house. Max Statico, hey Brandon. Nas Khan, dude, Nas, I might have to ban you, dude. Everybody's banning you. I gotta ban you too. I mean, I gotta ban you on Telegram. We gotta ban you here. I gotta Mobius. What is good? Texan, OG, Dia Uno, Chaztown Races sing this song, Doodah Doodah. What is good, my brother? Paul Sachs, Yo-Yo Brandon, what is good? Okay, here we go. I cannot give you any more information other than this before we move forward, okay? I can't give you any more info. The info that I will give you is the following. There is a link, believe it or not, in the description, okay, to a Telegram room. All right? A link to a Telegram room in the description. And it says something to the effect of Squirrels 5555. My recommendation to you, at any point in time, something interesting could happen that could benefit you. And you might want to have joined that Telegram group at some point during this stream. That's really all I can say here, folks. All right. So this might be some sort of benefit to you, some sort of giveaway, something of that nature. And looks like we got a couple people joining already. All right. And I'll share it in chat. Yeah, there's the link. Squirrels 555. Sorry, not 4 5s, 3 5s. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, here are the rules of the road today. First and foremost, very important.
Rags to riches. Do not like, comment, or subscribe.
I've decided that the amount of hate that regular builders receive on Twitter and Telegram, that amount of hate is going to be directly proportional to the amount that I actually showcase said builders, right? Let's use some simple psychology and conditioning and see what happens here. So the more that you want to push in on these people that are claiming their stake on the pulse chain landscape here, the new digital nation, the more you do that, the more I'm going to push back. And it feels good. So letting you guys know that's going to happen. So here's how this works, folks. In the chat, you can tell me to look into anything, and I will look into anything. I don't know how long this is going to last. Could last 20 minutes. Could last an hour and a half, 2 hours. I don't know. But I am going to serve the Pulse Chain community with my stream today. And give you a little update here. We've got about 2 content creators that have signed up for the R2R network. If you don't know what the R2R network is, we are going to take this thing 24/7, ladies and gentlemen. To be quite honest, I am pretty busy right now, and I want to make sure that the community can benefit from the amount of reach that I have on YouTube and Twitter. So if you are a content creator and you want to talk about stuff outside of this ecosystem, inside of this ecosystem, if you want to talk about news, if you want to talk about politics, if you want to talk about any sort of that stuff, in fact, it'd be nice to have more non-crypto stuff than crypto stuff. Get in contact with me. Give me a 1-hour script of exactly how you would use that hour on my stream. And we will have many people on a weekly basis going live from the R2R network channel. Pretty interesting here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So go, okay? Go. What do you want me to look into? You have to give me a specific ticker. It doesn't have to just be on Pulse Chain. It can be on Ethereum too, but I would prefer Pulse Chain because I can navigate in those waters. So the first thing, and if you just missed it, there's a link down in the description to join a Squirrel Telegram group. You might want to join that because at some point today, this could benefit you. All right. So let me know what you would like me to look at. The last comment that I see is from Crypto Sailor. Peso Dude says Tetra. You want me to look at Tetra. Let's take a look at Tetra. Okay. Let's see. Well, I mean, we can go ahead and share our screen too, right? Yeah, let's share our screen. I've got this Stream Deck here that allows me to do such things, I think. Share. All right. We've got Tetra here, Tetra P. And here's the other thing too, folks. If you guys want to provide any sort of context for any one of these projects or correct me live on stream, feel free to do so. Obviously, I like the Tetra folks. They are bringing something that is very innovative. People tend to be lazy, or people tend to forget. So what do we need to do? We need to automate processes. And what if we could do that with cryptocurrency? I would highly encourage you guys to check out Tetra. Let's see if they have their information at the bottom here. Yeah. So they've got their Twitter. Let's open this up in a new tab. Okay, at Tetra Win. Tetra is a decentralized software as a service tool to automate your DeFi. I think I said that right. Here is their website. Very, very clean interface here, which is pretty cool. And it seems like, let's kind of get into the white paper here real quick. How does Tetra work? Tetra has a smart contract scanning algorithm developed in-house that automatically generates a standardized user front-end component seamlessly interacting with any PRC20 contract. The core user front-end of Tetra has been derived from zero-code node-based programming in the form of drag-and-drop blocks and components that connect with each other. So if you want to automate something, they've made it in such a way that it's represented by a visual block that you can actually click on, drag and drop to perform different functions. Pretty neat. Tetra will also include as a standard the Tetra Strategy Wallet. The Strategy Wallet will be a self-deployed smart contract that only the customer can access through a standard wallet such as MetaMask. Coins are never handed over to the protocol, and only customers have smart contract admin keys. Tetra will utilize decentralized Oracle services to both deliver both on-chain and off-chain data that will be made available to customers as variables to execute actions and functions. All right, let's take a look at the chart here. Looks like they have launched back here in July. Chart structure wise, they're just kind of getting their act together right now, guys. They launched in the bottom of the friggin' bear market here. In terms of liquidity, we've got $181,000 worth of pulse, and we've got 181K worth of pooled Tetra, so about 1.7 billion worth of pulse here. Looks like there's been pretty good feedback. You've got the pulse chain haters that like to navigate in the dark rooms of pulse chain, red flagging everything in the world here. Very interesting. Now, how am I going to handle this? How am I going to handle projects that I don't know much about, and they could potentially rug pull you or screw you? I'll say this, guys. If I don't know the founders, if I don't know the people involved in all of this, then I'm going to let you know to be extremely careful. This is not an endorsement of anything. And also, I want to say this. If I do endorse something, I'll say I endorse this. But I will say this too. Nobody paid me for any of this either. Just want to make that very, 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 very clear. Okay, so Tetra, outstanding. Let's check up. We got to move Evmos. Okay, let's check out Evmos. Evmos, is this Pulse chain related? Is this Ethereum related? What chain? You got to let me know what chain. You got to make sure that we've got the the correct ticker as well. So I'll come back to that. We'll check here. Damn, Fire Idea Rags, Crypto Sailor, sup? A-Bit in the house. What is up, A-Bit? Pulse Bitcoin on PLS and Astro Pepe X. Oh my dear God. Astro Pepe X. All right, Pulse Bitcoin. Let's check Pulse Bitcoin. Pulse Bitcoin. I was a huge fan of Pulse Bitcoin in the past, and I'm not saying I'm not a huge fan now. It's just, dude, I thought it was a really, really cool idea. I appreciated the execution. I appreciated the community there. Let's check here. Back in June, Pulse Bitcoin on Rat PLS, which is when PLS launched. I try not to. This is a very important level that it would have to break out of. I would also say this. If it goes underneath here, this is probably a big buying opportunity, guys. I'm telling you, if you were to buy this asset. So Again, very, 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 very neat protocol when it launched. I would like to see it rally here. I really like the people in the community, in their community, because they really support a lot of folks. So it would be interesting to see what happens with this. Let's check liquidity here. Liquidity 18,000, which means it's about $9,000 worth of wrapped pulse. Let's check the liquidity pairs, Pulse Bitcoin. All right, Pulse Bitcoin here. We've got the Ethereum side as well. Ethereum looks like it has more liquidity than Pulse, the Pulse chain side. So why is that? This is on Uniswap v3. A little bit more activity here too. Has it found its floor? Let's go to log. Let's go to log. Let's check it out here. Interesting. Interesting here. Let's check and see what happens. It looks like there's more activity on the Ethereum side. I'm not quite sure why. And again, there's... Okay, so pooled USDC, there's about $1.5 thousand, which isn't that much. In Uniswap v3, this can be asymmetric in terms of where you provide liquidity. There's quite a bit more liquidity on the Pulse Bitcoin side. All right, let us keep going here. Let's check. Who do we say here? What do we say here? Astro Pepe X. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Again, I don't know anything about this, but we're going to kind of go $325,000 of liquidity here. There's 11 buyers. This launched October. We have a little channel here that is trading back and forth in. I'll just tell you straight up, when I see this type of chart structure, it's probably just it's typically a handful of people that are kind of pumping that up to the upside. And that's just how crypto works. People want to see their project do well, then they got to flywheel it. So I've seen this many times in many different projects with handfuls of people kind of pushing it to the upside. Current market cap is 2.5 million. Let's check the liquidity. There's actually, there's $162,000 worth of wrapped ETH. And where is this V3? Is this V3? What was that damn thing called? Friggin', you guys come up with some crazy names. Astro Pepe X. Now, it'd be really cool if you guys could freaking bring it to Pulse Chain. Okay, so V2, that's why. So I was curious. So if you notice, guys, when you're taking a look at projects, one of the first things you're drawn to is, if it's got equal liquidity, then it's probably on Uniswap v2 because it requires symmetrical liquidity provision there. So interesting. Astro Pepe X. I don't dabble in these things. I don't dabble. There's not much volume at all. 11 buyers, 10 sellers. So that's Astro Pepe X. Come to Pulse Chain. Quit screwing around here. Guys, pair your thing with Pulse Chain, man. Pair it with Pulse Chain if you want to see price appreciation. Because Pulse Chain is going to rip. It's going to rip to the upside. If you aren't aware, everyone, there are groups of people moving forward and growing and others staying playing the same game. Be smart to get on board and help growth. Yeah, if you want to FUD Pulse Chain builders, then I'm going to give them my platform. How does that make you feel? Why don't you just keep your mouth shut and just focus on what you can focus on, which is taking care of your own community. I think you guys are just about tired. You're tired of it. Tired of it, right? So what do we do with bullies? We punch them in the nose. That's what we do. Crypto Trucker, good to see you live. Taryn, nice to have you in here. PTGC or party? What's party? Party on Pulse Chain. You got it. All right, guys, tell me what chain. Tell me what chain you want me to look at, and we'll come back to it. Chain and ticker. All right. What else do we got here? PTGC. Alien time. PTGC here. All right, PTGC WPLS. This is the Gray's currency. It looks like somebody's playing a pretty smart game here. They've got lots of pairs tied up with things that could run to the upside. What are the advantages of this? The first advantage is you're going to get the benefit of extra volume as these algorithms and these aggregators and even the actual exchanges, they sell in and out of these different pools to be able to get the best price for people who are trading. So you get the volume play here. And also, if any one of these or a group of these start moving to the upside, if you have an effect where kind of like Bitcoin will rip first. If it pauses or slows down, the liquidity falls to the next floor, which is layer ones and Ethereum. Then it falls to the next floor, mid caps, and then falls to the micro caps. I think that we've kind of seen some of that play out on the Pulse Chain side thus far. We might have a similar effect. It's called the rags to riches pyramid of pump. Other people have called it other things, but I've got it like I think I have an actual graphic that I created to illustrate this. But anyway, when you have these pairings, it kind of hedges you against price depreciation a little bit more, because if one of your primary pairings is falling, but you have 4 or 5 that are pumping, in some way it will offset that. Okay, so there are averages there that you can calculate to see, but it gets kind of complex. So, good play for those of you out there who might be thinking about launching your own thing, or you already have. Get some exposure to some projects on Uniswap V2 or PulseX, or whatever that might move to the upside. So PTGC, let's find the highest liquidity here. So the highest liquidity is actually on PulseX V1 with 570,000, and V2 has 163,000, but that's paired with DAI. Is it the real DAI or not? We could find out. So PTGC, this chart looks amazing. Congratulations to whoever bought down in these ranges. Let's check here. Let's check. Roughly, 323x. That feels good if you bought day one. Interesting stuff. So the question is, so what's interesting is it pumped really, really hard. And then what you do like to see typically, and this is, all right, I gotta say this too. Most of cryptocurrency, most of the charts that you see, they're just not natural or organic. And I'm not knocking PTGC. What I'm saying is there are people that want to see their thing do well, and some people want to protect it. Other people want to pump and dump it. And this is just how it works in crypto. It seems to me that in the Pulse Chain ecosystem, we actually have pretty good people that do care about others. But be very, very, very careful always. PTGC has a really, really good chart. And the other thing to think about too is when somebody else, when somebody who has consideration of this thing is pumping it, he's paying exit liquidity for everybody else. So you could say, well, he got in day one, or he got in second one with a sniper bot. They launch the contract, sniper bots sniff everything, come in and buy $50, but that's like 20% of the supply. Okay, that's true too, but really good looking chart, PTGC here. It looks like there is the Gray's currency is the first DAO on Pulse Chain. PTGC has a unique LP web structure that utilizes the AMA bots on Pulse Chain. By utilizing these, PTGC can pay out high APR and remain highly deflationary. PTGC smart contract was also designed to constantly grow the burnt LP, grow the treasury, and buy and burn its supply with every transaction, making it so the assets backing the value are constantly growing while making PTGC more scarce. So again, so there that volume play based on those bots, and looks like they have some active consideration in those pools as well. Some of their software and their code is facilitating that buy and burn. It's beneficial when you're connected to a lot of pools here. All right, what do we got next? Yeah, I guess this could go forever. If you just joined, ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined, there is a link in the description. Okay? Link in the description, and it has something to do with squirrels. You might, ladies and gentlemen, want to click that link, and you might want to go to that group, because at some point today, it could be beneficial for you to be in there when I say something. Don't know what that is. All right. All right, what do we got next here? Let's check. Let us check here. Share. SQT subquery. Let me know what chain. SQT. All right, we got to know what chain. And I know that these comments are old here, so I get it. Everybody wants the oranges. Everybody wants the oranges, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody wants the damn oranges. We gonna give them oranges or what? We gonna give them oranges, ladies and gentlemen? Is that what we're gonna do? One more time.
Bruh.
Okay, we got the oranges. We got the damn oranges. All right. Guys. Rags, why are you showing the orange people? Why are you showing them? Guys, they're a freaking cryptocurrency with a marketing arm that kicks everybody's ass in Pulse Chain. So yeah, if they're going to show up and they want people to talk about it, they're going to freaking talk about it. You got some smart dudes over there. A lot of these people, man, I made friends with a lot of these people in the bear market. You know what? I can't be happier. Can't be happier for those folks. Because they're taking the bull by the horns here. And also the amount of success that you have is also, as it increases, so do your haters. Is this right? This ain't right. Is this right? This ain't right. Hoa. This is right. Is that right, guys? Is that the right chart? Let me log it out real quick. Yeah, that's the right chart. Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's check out Hoa. If you guys don't know what Hoa is, this is on 9-inch. Is this the best representation? 5, yeah. You guys want me to show the 9-inch? You guys want me to show the PulseX side? What do you want here? Let me know what you want. I do PulseX. All right, yeah, PulseX. All right. So we had a floor down here that was established. What do I always like to say? Here's what I always say. When you see these wicks, let me bring this down here. When something first launches, you see it pump and then you see it fall off. These wicks, these long wicks with high volume, when you see something like that, comes down, wicks down, you kind of put a line right there. All right, and you mark that on the chart. Now, why? It's because so many times, and I can show you this in so many instances, when you see that wick, that indicates massive amounts of buy pressure. It pumps to the upside, and you will see price attracted back down to this level. Now, sometimes it doesn't come all the way back down and touch, but what you want to do is if it drops anywhere below the candle that wicked down, that's a buying opportunity. So some people snatched that up back then. Some people snatched it up. Pumping to the upside, pumping to the upside. We've got 40K of volume, 540 makers, 1,100 transactions. You always want to look at this ratio too. There's a lot of bots involved. Your ratio to transaction, or the ratio, from makers to transactions, you want to see it like maybe 2 transactions per every maker. So right now it's sitting in the sweet spot. That indicates to me that it feels pretty organic. Okay. Now, if you had one maker to 5 or 10 transactions, then it gets kind of weird. It's something to kind of look at. But this looks natural. It looks good. Looks organic. In terms of liquidity, on PulseX here, and they've got liquidity on 9mm, I believe, which is a V3, and they also have liquidity on 9-inch. So $26,000 of pooled WPLS, and that's 230 million. Got a lot of people that like this. The website is hexoacoin.com. Nice in orange for the family here. How to buy, contract address, orange paper abstract. Welcome to the Grove. All right, what's this market cap here? Like 6 million, 6.5, 7 million? Let's check. Some math here. 6.3 million. Okay. Let's go to the weekly. I like to look at daily and weekly time frames here. It's important. And this is just massive, guys. I mean, what else do you want to see here? This is the type of chart that you look for. Okay. It's only 6 million market cap. And it's a legit 6 million market cap because there was no pre-distribution. So you didn't have people dumping on your heads for a year, which stinks, but there's different ways to distribute these things. And there's just not a massive amount of weight on top of this protocol right now, which is super beneficial to the people who are getting in early. Okay. Could this be, what if we got this paired to Pulse, moon math wise, does Pulse do 100x from here? Could do 100x. What does HOA do? What does HOA do from here? You tell me. All right. Congratulations, HOA. Congratulations, folks. Congratulations to all my peeps in there. You guys have banded together. You've created something cool. Guess what? You staked your claim on Pulse Chain, and you didn't apologize for it. You staked your claim and didn't apologize. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. All right, what do we got next? 9mm. What's the ticker for 9mm? It's not 9mm. Harvey Diaz, what's good? Magnet. WBTC and Pulse Chain. Let's check it out. I saw an Atropa. I didn't mean to. Let me do Atropa because I saw that earlier and I forgot about it. So let me make sure. You guys know how I feel about Atropa. All right? You guys know how I feel about it. We've got a rounded bottom here. Just like Mobius. So Atropa, here's the thing, guys. All right. To be quite honest, I just don't buy it. I don't buy that Richard Hart's part of it. I don't buy it. I've reached out to the dude. Reached out to Richard. I said, dude, freaking let us know, man. Just let us know. There's a lot of stuff that's interesting about it, but I just do not buy that he is behind this. However, I'm able to switch to the other side of my brain and say, well, what use case would there be for something like this if he was directly or indirectly behind this? I would say that things like this are pretty beneficial for volume metrics. When you have bots and who knows, at this point, hundreds or thousands of these liquidity harvesters all over the place, that makes for some pretty substantial volume, $400,000 worth of volume, and the question is, like, who's behind it, man? That means a lot to me. I told a lot of people, a lot of you guys hit me up. I had people in Charlotte talking to me about this when I was on the Pulse Chain tour, this and that. I said, guys, listen, I'm not going to stop you from investing in things. Nobody's going to stop you. You know why? Because it's like going to vote for president and CNN's in your face and you're like a Republican, or vice versa. Maybe Fox News in your face and you're a Democrat, and they say, They say, who did you vote for? And then if Fox News is there, you say, Donald Trump. You didn't vote for Donald Trump. You voted for Biden. But if CNN is there, they say, who'd you vote for? You said, Joe Biden. But you didn't vote for Joe Biden because secretly you like Donald Trump. That's the same thing with this stuff, guys. You know, people are going to say, yeah, I bought this, or I didn't buy this, or I got this, or I don't have this. I'm not going to stop you. The only rule that you have got to abide by, the only rule is that you do not nuke yourself. Don't nuke your freaking self. We're talking about extremely small amounts. There are things that you can do to set yourself up for success over the next couple years. And that's the stuff that you know is solid. We all know what stuff that is. I don't know this person. I don't know who's behind it. It's very clandestine. But you can still participate because people have made a substantial amount of money. Okay? People have made a substantial amount of money with this. Not everybody. Some of you guys bought the top. Probably a lot of y'all bought the top. It's come back down. We've got a rounded bottom. There's a floor here. The floor that just so happened to be established when it first launched back in August. Is this going to continue to go up? Well, in my estimation, if it's paired with Pulse and other things that go up, what do you think is going to happen? It'll probably go up. 16.1 mil market cap. All right. And looks like on WPLS, and we'll check this in a second, the volume metrics are pretty good. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what do we got next here? Yeah, total liquidity is 500K in the HOA. Yeah, I believe that with all the pools. What do you guys want me to look at here? WPTC. All right, let's do that. Of all the interesting speculation, you know, WBTC is pretty interesting. You guys had me look at this on stream before. You know, what's interesting about this too is, you know, Richard put those farms up. Richard talked about wrapped Bitcoin. He's talked about a lot of things. And then there's speculation that 44,000 wrapped Bitcoin on the Ethereum side interacted with this contract over here. Let me just delete all this stuff. Looks like we were talking about it back in December. Let's check here. So at this point, I mean, what do we have going on? I mean, it's trading in a channel right now. There's not a tremendous amount of stuff going on with this. Here's the big question of the day. Who is helping pump it? Let's check the liquidity pools. So, okay. So we've got DAI. Okay, so it's the whole DAI, it's the whole Atropa ecosystem is kind of pulled into all of this. There is, okay, it looks like they put wrapped BTC, actual wrapped BTC maybe? No, it's $95. Check PLSX, $7,000 liquidity PLSX, 5,000 incentive token, etc. Okay. Again, guys, if you guys want to play in these dark alleys, you want to play dice with people that you don't know, you could do well, but you could also get shot. So just be careful. I'm not going to stop you. I can't stop you, and you're going to do what you're going to do. Seek, my twin brother, we love you, Regs. What's up, Seek? Check out Doge One. All right, let's take this contract address. If you guys just joined, you might want to click the squirrel link in the description of this video and be prepared to stand by. All right, what do we got here? Total liquidity 371,000. Transactions to makers, it's almost a 1-to-1. Good volume here. What is this? $100,000 worth of volume. 118,000. This is V2. So we've got $185,000 worth of WETH. This is on Uniswap. It's not a Pulse chain. Yeah. Okay. So liquidity's kind of thick. All right. Here's another thing that you can do. If you go to dexscreener.com and you find one of these cryptocurrencies, you can go over here and it says HLD. It'll pop out the amount of holders. This takes you directly to etherscan.io, and you can kind of start to get a picture of who owns the supply, how much of the supply is divvied out. You can get an idea of how much supply there is. So there's about 5,200 holders. Total token supply is about 1 billion. And 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You probably have 30 or 40% of the supply that's held by the top 20 or 30 wallets. Just be careful. I mean, like, again, this is just, you guys are dabbling in the dark arts. Don't screw yourself up. Don't lose your account on these meme coins, guys. This really is a casino. Don't lose your account. Like 1% or less of your portfolio could go to stuff like this, 0.5%. Don't be dumb. And that's coming from experience. I was incredibly dumb in the past. And I don't deal with that stuff anymore. I don't want to deal with it. In terms of the chart here, judging by, what do we have here? 13 days, 20 days. Going to assume that it's going to pump any moment, because this just looks like a chart that is, looks like it's pretty manipulated. So will we go up another 4x, maybe another 4x or 5x in one candle? I mean, each one of these moves, this was an 8x. This was a 4x. This was a 34x. So it could run. Satellite Doge, dear God. Steak and Bake JDB, what's good? When you say 100x, do you mean the current value times 100? Yes. I'm not saying it will. I'm saying that, it's a small market cap right now. And if you're tied to things that are going to run, what do you think's going to happen to the stuff that's tied together in those liquidity pools? Hex down under. What's up, Rags? Hey, Hexkins. What is good? P-Die. P-Die. Oh, it's not P-Die. Sorry. You're right. P-Die is not P-Die. All right. So, okay. A lot of people get confused about this. Let me just point this out. So, DAI is a stable coin, right? So what you got to look at is, and we got to make sure that these contract addresses are correct. So DAI is supposed to be pegged at $1, obviously, and it looks like you guys have asked me about this in the past. Obviously, right now the price of DAI delineated in USD is 0.001, so it's not the actual DAI, the wrapped DAI that comes across the bridge. So again, guys, what did this look like? This looks like Atropa. This looks like all the other stuff. Do I think that this is going to move to the upside? Yes. Now, let me make sure that I see this here. Let me point this out too. When I was looking at it in the past, it was a bit different here. So you're going to come in here, and here's what you got to see. This is very important for people to know. It's just important, and I'm sure it's talked about, and this isn't FUD, but I just want to make a point of clarification here. When you type in DAI and you go to, and the first thing that you see all these things pop up, you don't know what they mean. It says liquidity, $11.3 million of liquidity. And you're like, oh, that's liquid. I can get in and out of that just fine. Cool. And this goes for any project. Just make sure. DAI is paired to Atropa. DAI is paired to Atropa. That means what you can do, if you've got a lot of DAI, then you can create a token like Atropa, and then you can pair that token that you created out of thin air, you can pair that to your pooled DAI. So it says the dollar value is 5.6 million of pooled DAI, and the dollar value is 5.6 million of Atropa. Well, if you go to try to swap for Pulse, maybe you swap DAI for Atropa or Atropa for DAI, and then you want to swap that into Pulse so you can off ramp it. And this goes for any project. It's just important for you guys to know. And there's a lot that we can actually talk about with this. So let's check the Atropa Pulse and the Atropa DAI pairs. Okay, so remember it said $5.6 million liquidity. The Atropa Pulse side, there's 298,000. Okay, so there's 298,000 of liquidity that can actually go in. Important to know though, this is not static. If somebody were to go to do a massive market dump, guys, there's limit orders. There's all sorts of things that'll push this back up. It might not go all the way back up, but it's just important to understand that and realize that if you're talking to somebody and you say, yeah, there's $12 million of liquidity. Well, it's not really. You got to, for the most part, you got to figure out what is it tied back to in real value there. And real value is even, I don't even want to say that because these microeconomies, they're very, very difficult to explain. But, so that's Atropa. Let's go to the DAI. DAI Pulse. So DAI Pulse, 660K. And that's on V2. V1 is 376,000. Okay. So between those two, 900. Then of course you've got the DAI Atropa, which is 11.3. DAI Atropa, just got to be careful. Again, just find out of those two pairs, how much liquidity is there on each side wrapped with Pulse or wrapped with real DAI or wrapped with PLSX or Hex or whatever the case may be. The beginning, these are real thin. This is obviously thickened up quite a bit. So if all is going to the plan and according to whoever this phantom developer is that you guys are chatting, it's like Red Dawn all over again. It's like Morse code and these IRC channels. Craig, guys, if you got in back here and you haven't sold, you're a happy freaking camper right now. I'll tell you that. Just be careful. Be careful. Rags, thoughts on Freedom trending number 1 on Dex Tools, and it's 80% retracement from a 600K market cap. So they're trying to take advantage of the border crisis. You said Freedom on where? On Dex Tools. Well, should show up here. What chain? Let me know what chain. I thought Freedom was on Ethereum. You said? Yeah, I thought it was on Ethereum. $20,000 liquidity here. Market cap 90K. I don't see a $600,000 market cap. Unless that was a 6X. Don't think so. Price range, we'll go here. It was. Yeah, it's 80% retracement. What's my thoughts on it? Looks like it's dumping pretty hard now. We go down to the 4 hour. It's almost completely retraced. Okay, so this is red flag for me. 652 makers and there's almost 3,000 transactions. So that ratio is pretty far off. It would make me believe that there's a massive amount of bot activity in here, which there could be if it's selling off, because when it's selling off, there's a lot of activity in the pools and things are getting swapped and moved around and arbed out. But just something to take a look at here. The 19,000 liquidity and 432 buyers, 370 sellers. Yeah, that's a massive amount of bot activity there. Just be careful. Almost $10,000 of pooled WPLS. America First Cryptocurrency is a digital currency that was launched on Pulse Chain. The token is aligned with the Pulse Chain founder Richard Hart's beliefs on freedom and the sacrifice phase for freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of movement. The token's mission is to provide a decentralized smart contract for secure and private transactions that are free from government intervention. In censorship, the America First cryptocurrency is built on the principles of freedom and liberty. It aims to empower people to take control of their financial future. The token is designed to be accessible to everyone regardless of their location. Cool. Let's check Twitter. Let's check their Twitter. America First, 136 followers. Freedom to ape. Guys, don't ape. Special thanks to Piteous for getting us listed on the D app. Guys, you can't hate when a project is stands behind a cause like that. But again, this is cryptocurrency. Be very, very careful. All right. So yeah, if this just launched, guys, thin liquidity, you got violent moves to the upside, violent moves to the downside. 83%. Doge One is a gamble on Elon Musk mentioning the rocket on the way to the moon. Elon is taking Doge One. Y'all are killing me, man. I'm not tapped into these things. All right, everybody. Okay, so we got Pete Blaster. Is it Blast? Had some people reach out to me about Blast. Is it the ticker? Oh, you don't put the money sign there. It's not. It's gonna kick you back. $507,000 liquidity. Blaster. And then on 9-inch, there's a whopping $79 liquidity. Okay. Transactions to makers looks okay. Massive amount of buyers, but I think that's a lot to do with there's probably a lot to do again with the swapping in and out of those pools. It creates that volume for you. $254,000 of wrapped PLS. 850 likes there. What's the story behind Blast? A lot of you guys are hitting me up saying that I need to talk to these people, but then somebody said that they're anonymous. I don't like bringing anonymous people on. Blaster claim website. It's interesting. Welcome to Blaster by Blast. About Us Tokenomics. What's about us? Okay, cool front end. Interesting front end here. And it causes you to interact, which makes you more sticky and your brain's intrigued. Do you need instructions? Yes. Use joystick for control, fire button to shoot. Destroy alien freighter carrying deadly hydrogen bombs and status beam machines. All right, let's let's do it. Does it actually? No, that'd be cool. All right, what are we gonna do? We're gonna shoot. All right, we're shooting here. Can we move? Yeah, we can move. All right, we got to get this guy. Gotta lead the shot. Lead the shot. Oh no! Can you... Status beam. What does that even mean? Wrecked. Do I just? I don't have the ass behind these munition rounds, guys. Jeez. All right, we're gonna mute. We're muting. All right, tokenomics. Our tokenomics are designed and tested to make sure that the token belongs to the people, preventing anyone from maliciously obtaining huge quantities of supply. The supply is, what is that? 100,000 million, billion, trillion, 1 trillion. 1% max wallet size. Furthermore, any one individual holding too much of the total supply puts the entire community at risk. That's why Blast starts with a max wallet allowance of 1%. 1% of the total supply? That's pretty typical. I see a lot of, 3%, between 1 and 3%. That's good. Buy tax purchasing. Blast starts with a small buy tax of 5% to help fund development of the project and can only ever be lowered. Starts with. Okay. Are we indicating that that can be rescinded? And if so, how does that happen? On the front end, a large 30% tax is collected on each sell. 25%, however, or rather 83.33% of all taxes given out as rewards to holders. So if you sell, you're going to get smacked with 30% tax. However, 25% of that will get redistributed. But it's going to get, your tax this is going to get redistributed to quite a few people. So you're not going to be very buoyant selling that. So it's a price appreciation play. Take a closer look at how taxes work. Sell within 30 days, 30% tax, 84% becoming rewards that's distributed to everybody else. Rewards are redistributed to holders in PLS. Wow. That's a big ass tax. Cool front end. Clean front end. Let's check Twitter here. In 1984, guys, this is Elon Musk, Blaster, when he was 13. 2024, we made a token to commemorate it. So there's a little meme story behind this too. Okay. They've been relatively active. All right. Blast. So we've had a pretty substantial sell-off here. This is the 4-hour chart. 60%, 66% down, which is pretty typical. But we will notice that there's some wicks here indicating some buy pressure to the upside. It might be getting bought up. How many holders now? How many did we say? Let's check. Let's go to holders. And we'll just do it. Copy the thing. We'll just click this. Scan.pulsechain.com. We'll go here. We'll do this. Wait for a second. Let's check chat. Okay. Blaster. 2,000 holders. All right, 2,000 holders, and there is a what's the market cap? 6.4 milli. 2,000 holders, market cap 6.4 mil. Interesting. Well, guys, opportunity abounds. I don't know these people. Are they Anon? I guess I could scroll down and figure it out. Wrecked. Thanks for streaming, Brandon. Great to catch you live. Nice to have you in here. Okay, landed the free. Look at Mintra. Yeah, Mintra and all those guys who took the donation money. Yeah, we'll check that out. All right, we'll check Nope first. Shout out to Randy Hilarski. Nope is looking solid right now. Nope's looking good. We're on the daily here. We had a massive pump. No, like on day 2 or day 3, the followers got airdropped their tokens so that you could see that was an indication of selling off. Shout out Randy. And then there was a massive 100% candle, or pretty close to it, on the 21st. It has not yet come back past all-time high. Market cap's about a 2 milli. Price is about 0.001. You know, I like tokens, tend to like tokens that are backed by people that I know, that actually have, you know, social equity and skin in the game on social media. Would Randy in a million years rug? Don't think Randy would rug. Don't think he would. Why would he? So, I also like what Nope stands for. I'll tell you guys that too. Nope token was founded December 2023 by No Permissions founder Randy Hilarski. This token was designed to spread the word of freedom, liberty, and personal responsibility. We're not asking for permissions any longer. No permissions. Love it. I like that. I like those tenets to live by. All right. Good liquidity. So this is on 9-inch, $154,000 worth of 9-inch there. Now, I think Randy is a part of 9-inch in some fashion or form. I'm not going to really speak too much to it because I don't know too much about it. But it looks like there are quite a few tokens that are also paired with it. Okay. And looks like there's maybe $300,000 of liquidity in the two primary pairs split up between, they're all on 9-inch. And then there's some other offshoots on Pulse X, and it looks like 9mm as well. Cool. All right. So look at Mintra. And if you're hearing this right now, you can go to the Telegram and tell them that you hate squirrels and Rags sent you. I hate squirrels. Rags sent me. And the first 2 people to do that may or may not receive something cool that may or may not have some sort of intrinsic value in the future. So I will actually might even be able to announce live on stream here. I might be able to. Nobody's done it yet. So we'll wait. We'll see. Okay. I hate squirrels. Rags to Riches sent me. And if you're curious about where to go, there's a description link in the link of this video. 3 people typing. All right, we got 1. Looks like Godfather got it. And then 2. NT Fryer. Godfather and NT Fryer coming up 3rd. Hex Force 1. Chaztown said, dude, y'all are going crazy. I hate squirrels, dude. That's the you raped and pillaged the spelling of squirrel, dude. SQAIRRAL, squirrel, according to R2R. Freedom for US, freedom for us, Chaztown. I hate squirrels. I hate squirrels. Rex got Quinn in there, crushing. All right. All right, we're going to see these things. You guys want to see these? All right, so whoever he determines to be the winner, and I'm not the person who makes that determination. That's extremely important for you all to understand. You are going to receive some squirrely things here. And let me see if I can... I think I can click here. Well, it's not going to show me. Well, I'm not going to do it. All right, never mind. It's not going to show. All right. But there are some NFTs that maybe Red Squirrel can post in his chat for you guys to be able to see this and see what's happening here. And you're going to receive these. Now, what's interesting is you don't know what they're going to do. You don't know what they're going to be used for whatsoever. So that's very interesting as well. Let's check Mintra. Here's what I said from the start. The people who were able to successfully raise millions of dollars at the top of the bull market last year. These are the people that have a really good opportunity to be great stewards of the money of Pulsicans and do really cool things with the cryptocurrencies that they've launched. And yes, it would seem that, it's up 368% since January 9th. Good. A lot of that has to do with Pulse chain ripping. Let's check it priced against Pulse. We'll go to log. So price against Pulse. It's also moving to the upside. Looks like, looks like the initial liquidity was set by somebody, maybe not the team. People can sniff out these contracts, see them launch, and if they've got Mintra, they can set liquidity way too high, and then the kind of price falls off. A lot of these guys got a lot of hate because they set the liquidity wasn't very thick at the beginning. They said, you have millions of dollars. Bro, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. You give a crackhead, 5 or 6 pounds or kilograms of crack, they're going to kill themselves. And it's the same thing. If you give the market tons and tons right from the start, it's going to murder your price chart. It's going to kill your price chart. So you got to, phase it in. You phase liquidity in, guys, or you can get wiped. Because there's people that play a dirty game. They wait for a lot of folks, they wait for these sacrifices. They're just going to dump on day one to get their money out and put it in something else. They knew they were going to do that the whole time. Because they're fine with 50% on their money. 50% on 500,000 is a lot of dough. 250 grand, right? Now, Mintra. Let's check Mintra. Shout out to Mintra, guys. $292,000 liquidity on PulseX. 2.6K is the next lowest, and that's on V1. All right. Mobius, you did it in the wrong Telegram. You're over there like you're just going crazy. Talking about daggone squirrels and stuff. Nobody knew. Steven Saunders says Blastar is the first game Elon produced. So cool. It's good. It's a good little narrative, of course, if Elon does crazy stuff. Here's what's interesting about all that, right? The interesting thing is Elon, we reported on this a while back. Elon applied for a money transmitter license. Dude, it looks like I got a toupee. That's wild. 3 money transmitter licenses. And then Binance launched the Bluebird Index, which was Mask. What was it? Let's just check. Bluebird Index is a cryptocurrency. It tracks the price of BNB, Doge, and Mask. So that came up. And then we found out, what else did we find out? We found out that CZ from Binance put $500 million into the acquisition of Twitter. So, if you're a meme type person, there's probably going to be some good plays with Doge. Now, Mask is actually the company that creates the interface between Twitter and the payment system and decentralized finance. So you should be able to use anything to be able to pay or tip or whatever on Twitter pretty soon here. So I think we'll all see that materialize here in the next couple of years for Twitter. Probably sooner, probably this year. How do you request the ability to comment on Telegram with the admins? I don't know. Normally there's a bot that walks you through that process, or you got to be there for about 24 hours. Godfather says, don't include me. I'm here to pump. Everyone else give mine away. That will be up to Red Squirrel. Okay. Cool stuff here. And then we get to top the stream off with my thing. So let's check that. Actually, you know what? We're not going to do that. Guys, if you want to learn about Texan, to learn about it, take a look. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. Very, very exciting for 2024. We've already announced some really, really cool stuff. Looking forward to Freedom Swap, a decentralized exchange that may or may not have a token, which is pretty interesting as to why or why not that is. Briz, what's up, man? Facing Reality, good to have you in here. Do you trust MetaMask? No, I don't trust MetaMask. A great show. Let's go Pulse. If you guys like this format and setup, and I tend to like it because I can just throw salt in people's eyes who are just trying to beat everybody up in the community. I like talking about these things. If you guys like that, let me see a strong -1, ladies and gentlemen. Strong -1 in chat if you'd like me to see me do this once a week, or the R2R network, which we're launching pretty soon here. And actually, maybe I could shout this person out. Would you guys like this? Apparently, I'm conflicting with a known hacker network. What do you guys think? What do you guys think there? It can turn me off here. Let me turn me off. Can I turn me off? Yeah, turn me off. R2R network on X. I think that's pretty daggone sharp, man. Pretty sharp. Pretty cool. You know what, too? I'm betting that X is going to take things over. So if you can start making content now, you might be really happy in the future here, ladies and gentlemen. And I would say my general message to all of you out there who are creating content, who are builders, just focus on what you can focus on and what you can control every day. Keep out all the other folks. Try your best. And you know what? I've supported people that have taken pot shots at other folks too. I don't condone that. I don't endorse that. I'm going to try my best not to judge people, because Jesus wouldn't want to, Jesus wouldn't want me to judge people, because who am I to judge folks? Hold people accountable. Okay, I think that's important. Call out the bad, and ghost the bad afterwards. and then reinforce the good. And if I think we do those things, then we can do some cool things here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from our world, my name is Brandon, aka Rags to Riches. Quick reminder here.
Rags to riches. Do not like, comment, or subscribe.
Rags to Riches, out of here.